open it up. Here's the basic interface. We've got the table-to-table header. We've got some controls here. One opens a control panel. One is going to open a help panel. One is going to refresh the table list. And one is going to reset the interface. We'll see what these do here in a minute. Then we have buttons to get a table, an existing table in our game, a new to help us, give us a stub to create a new table, or we want to append new rows to an existing table. Those are those buttons. And then we have a process button here. So how this works is that these buttons you click and it's going to prompt you to pull an existing table. The get and the append are going to look at your existing tables. The new is going to ask you obviously for a new name for that new table you want to create. So let's say I want to grab my male names. Let's say I wanted to do a male name table, a female name table, a non-binary table. I could do regional tables for these names, but I want to be able to work on them, and I want to work on them quickly. And let's say I wanted to work on male names right now. So I'm going to submit this, and you can see it will load up with my existing data from that table. And you can see I meant to prep everything for the video, but I did leave some avatars in here. So I guess that's giving away a little bit of what you're going to see. But it does give me the opportunity to show you a little bit of what these controls can do. So really quickly, let's look at this part of the interface. So now I've added a table. That get button has retrieved the male names table, and it has prefaced it with the word replace. After I've made my changes in here, I'm going to hit the process button, and it's going to see I want to replace the male names table, and it's going to write this data over. Right now, I'm just looking at a copy of my data. So if I actually, let's say, removed an avatar, this is a remove avatar button, okay, and then I looked at that male names table, if I find it here real quick, okay, Mike still has an avatar, but here he doesn't. So in my copy, in this table-to-table interface, this copy of the data does not. That's because these changes are pending and are going to await you clicking this process button. Okay, so let's keep walking through the buttons really quick. It'll all come together, as I show the workflow. But we have table control buttons here. This one turns the table back on. So let's say I hit the process button. Okay, that committed that change so that in the male names, Mike now does not have an avatar because we removed it here. Okay, and that process button tells me now that this male names data has been processed. This first button is going to say, oh, hey, I found a mistake. I need to make a change. Turn that back on, and it's going to turn it back to replace. So now it's primed again. The next time I hit process, it's going to process all of this data. As long as I've showed you that process button out here, you can see that we just got this report saying, yeah, I'm working in the T3 workspace. We found that update we needed to do. We cleared the male name entries, and we created 13 items. So that's just letting you know, hey, this is all the work that just happened when we hit that process button. And we went out and we saw the table, and we saw that our change was applied. So that's this button, the power icon button, turning the table back to being on, being ready to be processed again. Next button here looks like images. This is going to unwrap the table. So we're going to use this, especially when we want to copy this data out to another software. We click that, and it basically takes those avatar images back out to their URLs, right? Because that's what we want to be able to copy. We want to copy the data, not the presentation. We want the URL. Same data, but just showing us in a little different way. And I can click that again to rewrap it and get back to our interface. So click that button when you want to copy things and take it to another software, or you can come back here to your normal interface. The next button is deleting the table. So if we're done with it, we can clear it. There we go. And we're back to a clean interface. So let's go ahead and get that male names table again, and it loads right back up.